Hello, this is the third of 6 My Auction Addiction videos on estate sales. This time, let's talk about the different methods of conducting an estate sale. You do have choices on how you hold and liquidate an estate. It is important to consider such things as location, financial return, speed, impact to the property, theft potential, and how many people you are comfortable with looking through your loved one's belongings. You can, first of all, hold a traditional on-site estate sale, or garage sale if you will, yourself. First, you need to ask yourself, do you really have the time to set up and price everything and then hold weekend after weekend of estate sales? This can take many, many weeks. Do you know the latest market values? Do you know the local market conditions? Do you know what to look for as possible valuable items and other common items that may bring a higher dollar return in the market today? Do you have the connections to research and investigate the values and appraise items? Many people don't realize you can spend a very long time preparing and marketing an estate sale. You may need to hold it over several weekends, and you will still be likely left with many items to donate or dispose of. Typically allow at least 4 to 6 weeks for this method. Can you take that much time off from work? And what is your time at work worth? A professional estate seller, on the other hand, does this for a living. And also keep in mind that traditional estate sales generally are not allowed in gated or restricted homeowners association communities. Rural locations also pose a challenge that you don't just get traffic off the street. Payment, of course, is immediate and there's no commissions. The second option that you have is a complete buyout. And of course, we are going to be biased. We believe our method is going to be the best. But we also strongly believe this is the worst method. For a complete buyout and clean out, you will see 5 to 10 cents on the dollar for your loved one's items and have no idea what will become of those items. There is never a good reason to use this method. Next, you can hire a traditional estate seller to do a traditional on-site estate sale. A traditional estate seller brings with them the knowledge and established buying clientele and also has the time to get the job done right. They also come at a higher cost, typically 35 to 45% of the total sales. As with a do-it-yourself sale, it will take time. Allow 6 to 8 weeks and really possibly more due to scheduling. You may experience up to 15% theft loss, and there will be huge pressure to sell items before the sale ends. Net sales amounts will be higher certainly than selling on your own due to experience and the large number of established buyers. This option may also not be allowed in gated or restricted communities, and again, rural locations will pose a challenge. Allow a month after the sale for payment typically. Next up, you can move your items to an auction house or a consignment store. This, of course, minimizes impacts to your property and can speed the process up. But they come with a high price. 35% and up, typically close to 65% commissions. You will have to pay to pack and move everything. You will also experience a certain amount of damaged item lost, no matter how careful the movers are. Sale amounts from a typical auction warehouse may be more or less than a traditional estate sale, so little is gained from moving. Consignment stores may have a higher return on average because they do have a retail presence, but they also come at an extremely high commission rate. Also remember, these companies may not be able to sell everything that you have, such as an auction warehouse may not have a firearms license, or some things may be considered too low of value for them to sell. Allow at least 2 to 3 weeks for scheduling removal and complete removal, and 4 to 6 weeks more for an auction sale in a warehouse. And even add up to 6 months for a consignment store to get everything sold at their location. Allow a month after these sales for payment typically. Finally, we come to the better way to buy and sell now and the better way to handle estate sales. My Auction Addiction created its patent pending process to address all the negatives of traditional estate, moving, downsizing, business, liquidation, sales. My Auction Addiction inventories, evaluates, catalogs, researches everything at the location, and then lists everything on our proprietary local website and buying community with thousands of local and outside of the area collectors, resellers, and individuals that can then place bids on those items competitively 24/7. Or join us during a live online video broadcast that helps us to bring out a much greater market value return. Our system is faster, affordable, more flexible, private, and comes with greater or equal returns than that of a traditional on-site estate sale with all the hassles. Our commissions range from 15 to 30% based upon the total of the sale. That can be half as much as the competition. Restricted or rural locations are simply not a problem with our system, and typically everything sells and the home is left empty. We do all the hard work, and property impacts are minimal. We can sell everything in as short as 1 week to 3 weeks, or coordinate an exact day and time to be out according to your schedule. This is perfectly helpful for moving type estate sales where you may be moving on and need to have everything up to a certain date. Payment is made at the end of the auction, the week after the auction has ended, so you get paid within a week to 10 days, very quickly. Our system can be flexible to your own unique sale needs, and everything is tracked electronically. No mystery where things went. We can issue a report of what everything sold for individually at the end of the auction, and that's provided at no additional charge. Why the heck would you choose any other method? So some other general considerations for selecting an estate seller. Test their experience and knowledge. Make sure they know what they're doing. Unrealistic promises. They may sound great, but if they sound too good to be true, they probably are. And remember, when things get over-promised and when things get overpriced, things don't sell, and that causes problems. Answering and returning calls and emails, that may sound basic, but gosh, if you can't communicate with your business that you've hired, you're going to have some struggles. Personality. Everybody's personality is different. Make sure they're pleasant. Make sure there's someone you can generally get along with well. Check up on the company with the Better Business Bureau. That's a great place to go. We link to it straight to our profile from our website. Check in with Angie's List. And just generally Google the company's name on the internet and see what comes up. You can also ask for a few references from recent clients and give them a call. Never provide any money up front. I just throw that in there because that's very important. They are going to be selling your items and collecting the money up front. There's no reason they should be getting money from you ahead of time. Flexibility, whether that's somebody living in a home still, whether that's items in the homes that are still there that don't need to be sold, or whether that may be in a rural location, whatever. That flexibility for your particular sale, make sure they're able to deliver that. Make sure they can deliver a full accounting. You need to be able to know. You may not have to know where everything went, but you should be able to look up and see where things went and how much they sold for. Also ask what happens with the leftovers. Again, a lot of estate sellers will overprice things and they're overpromising, and then at the end say, hey, we'll take care of those items. Well, those become a loss. We would rather get everything sold on site if we can and get that money to our clients. It's what is fair, it's what is right. So please watch the rest of our estate sale video series at your leisure, and those are linked from our website at www.myauctionaddiction.com, or call us anytime for a free consultation at 505-252-0915. Thanks for watching our video and have a great day.